Thank you so much for having me over. It's really amazing to be here. As you see, my topic that I've chosen to speak is my journey through music. So, how's everybody doing this morning? Are you guys energetic yet? No, really. You have to be more powerful and energetic when you're with me. You should know that. I performed in your college 4 years ago, and I had one of the best concerts ever. And I must thank this college for having me over once again just to talk to you all. So hope you guys are not going to get bored according to what I'm going to say. Today I wanted to speak about my journey through music is because I feel like I have studied so much in school. I've educated myself on a degree of BCom vocational, which is a complete course in marketing. Upfront marketing, and after that I did a postgraduate diploma in journalism and mass communication. I interned with Indian Express for 6 months, and then I took up an HR job. But there was always a learning phase in my life that was just through music. You know, I'd always say, when people ask me, like, you know, what have you studied in life? Like, what have you learned from life, and who are your teachers, and who are your idols, and who are your mentors? And it has always been one answer, and my answer is music. Because I'd say music has such a healing power. It makes you stay grounded. It makes you feel humble. Because it's such a great power that you don't know how and where the energy of music actually brings people together. As you all know, I started my career with Mr. A.R. Rahman, right? Do you? Yeah. So I just wanted to say that when I worked with him, I learned so much more about life than all about music. The journey of music has taught me so much through the different people that I've met. Some say, you know, Mr. Rahman is great and he's like a god and everything. But trust me, you don't need to actually have a conversation with someone so great like him to have learned so much in life or something like that. You just need to watch him work and see the way he works, and you learn so much out of it. So I pretty much owe a lot of my life to him. So now moving to the beginning of my life, I was born and brought up in United Arab Emirates, in the capital state of Abu Dhabi. I lived there for 18 years. I was born there and I did my entire schooling over there. But I also happened to learn amazing music from my Carnatic teacher, Ms. Geeta Jairam, and I learned Carnatic music for 14 years, and I also learned classical dance for 14 years, Bharatanatyam, Kuchipudi and Mohiniyattam for 14 years. So I would always say that that is my main education, because for the person who I am today, it's always been the art form that I've embraced so much, that's given me so much in life. And I'm absolutely grateful for whatever that has happened to me through whatever I have chosen to do with music or any kind of art form. So I started my life in Abu Dhabi, and you know, it was such a beautiful journey, because I even now embrace the land where I was born. I would, you know, most people would think like, you know, but you're Indian, you know. But I'd say, of course I'm an Indian. I'm a core Indian. I embrace my nationality and my patriotism for my country. Everything absolutely fine. But something about that land which taught me so much. Like, even if I meet my friends today from where we grew up, you know, we kind of feel that we have something in common. And that is to be very grateful for whatever wonderful things that we got in life from our parents, from our upbringing, from our surroundings, from the environment that we've been through. So I really thank, you know, the city of Abu Dhabi that has made me what I am. If at all I'm slightly different from any one of you, if at all, we're all the same, but if at all, if I'm slightly different from any one of you is basically because of the place where I was brought up. And moving on, you know, I happened to study music and study dance for so many years, and my only experience of embracing the performance part of the art form is just through going for competitions. And we had very, very small competitions in little clubs and little school events and stuff like that. It wasn't much more than that. It wasn't at a high scale at how you all grew up here in India, seeing the district level competitions or, you know, the national level competitions, whether it was sport or whether it was literary and debating or whether it was any cultural event. But coming, so when I finished my 12th standard, was my first learning from my father. He's like, so what are you going to do in life right now? This is the first question he asks me. And I'm like, I'm going to go to Chennai. This is my answer. I'm like, I'm going to Chennai. And he's like, why? I said, I eventually want to become a musician. And this decision, he's like, why this decision? And I couldn't explain this to him then, but I realized it later in my life that it happens through a wonderful, wonderful situation in the year 1998. How many of you have seen the movie Dil Se? How many of you enjoy the music of the movie Dil Se? You can say yes, you can be vocal. It's just me. I'm your friend. So, do you love the music of Dil Se? Yeah, exactly. So do I. So, I was studying in 9th standard when this happened. And, you know, our school bus had a very, very decent audio system in which we could listen to music. So, my friend, he bought the cassette at that time. We had cassettes. At the cassette of Dil Se. And they played the first track of the album is the title track, Dil Se. And I heard that song and I was deeply disturbed. I was disturbed in a very different way, like in the sense that, you know, you sometimes you feel spellbound and you don't know what to say. You don't know what you're feeling. You just can't recognize your emotions anymore because it's literally toppled every aspect of your life from within. And school was over, and evening I come back. By 3:15 our school is over, and I'm back into the bus and I told my driver, play the exact song again. And he played the exact song. And that's when I realized I haven't heard music like this in my life. You know, we grew up listening to all the famous Kishore Kumar songs and all the wonderful Mohammed Rafi songs and all the compositions by the great composers in Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, whatever languages. I'm a Malayali, by the way. So I share borders with Karnataka and Mangalore, basically. So, you know, grew up listening to music like this, and suddenly you hear something so advanced, so ahead of time, and so emotionally inclined and intact. And that was the moment when I realized, and I asked myself one question when I went home. What is that one thing you wanted to do till you die? That's the only question I asked myself, and the answer was music. And that's exactly how I embarked my journey on just becoming a musician today. And I must tell you, I'm really, really thankful to God. I'm really, really thankful to all the people who listen to the music, basically all of you who listen to the music. And right now, I really want to applaud for everybody seated out here for making my journey a wonderful one. It's absolutely wonderful because every time I do a show and, you know, every time I perform in any concert, I always say this, that we musicians are incomplete without the audience. And because you all listen to the music and you all embrace it, love it, and keep listening to it, because that's exactly what music does to people, you know. Just makes things beautifully monotonous. You want to listen to the same song and never get tired of it. And I just want to thank all of you for doing that for musicians like us, really, from the bottom of my heart, and thank you. Thank you so much. But that doesn't end my speech. That is just one phase where I take the decision to move to India to become a musician. While my father wanted me to take a degree from Symbiosis Pune. Have you all heard about Symbiosis Pune? Of course, yeah. So I feel very stupid by asking that question, but then, you know, some humor is good. So yeah, that's exactly what happened. And I had an entire Cold War with my father for 2 months. We never spoke. We never had conversations. All that we used to do was meet up for dinner and, you know, maybe have a few words, and then every conversation used to end up into a quarrel or a fight. And my father's like, no way you're going to Chennai. I'm not leaving it in Chennai. What about your education? Like, isn't education important to you? And I'm like, of course, it is important, like, you know, because I am going to study, but doesn't mean that, you know, I'm just going to just do only music and ignore my education. I'm not so stupid. So I ended up doing, you know, like I said, my BCom vocational course. And I did my postgraduate diploma in marketing, postgraduate diploma in journalism and mass communication. Like, I used to make fun of it when I used to study. It's called PG, DJ, MC. You know, so we used to say things like this and just make fun of the whole course. But yeah, so college was actually another part of my journey which had to do with music, because when I was studying in school, it was just, you know, classical music, and it was just film music, and it was just solo music. And then when you come to colleges, you know, I can identify that in any college, that, you know, when you come to college, you start forming a group, you form a band, you form a team, and you learn to work with a team. And from there, you learn many more nuances of how to be a team player and how to be a grounded human being, how to underplay and how to shine. You know, that is, it's a big balance in music. And especially, I've learned that sometimes, because once I got into professional music, and I've realized that you go for a competition and you're judging a competition, you see that, you know, someone in the band who's playing is always wanting to, you know, like, he wants to shine immediately. He wants to overshadow. His energy is bubbling to do better. But you have to hold that back when it's supposed to be held back, because that's the beauty of music. It teaches you to hold back and control and not let go of everything in one go. You know, you have to hold back, and you have to keep your mind intact, your soul intact, your heart, you know, because your heart wants to give everything. Your heart wants to shine. Your heart wants to give so much more love to what you're doing at that time. But you should almost always remember that you have other people around you too, and you all need to play the equal game. Even if someone makes a mistake, you should try and make a mistake to just make sure that everything is balanced out. That's the beauty of music. You just don't stand there and try to do better so that you look better than the other person. Never. That is not what music is. Music actually teaches you to love everybody, and your love has to be equal for everybody. When I used to compete in college competitions, literally it was very hard. You know, the competition level was very hard, especially in Chennai. The musicians are amazing. You know, the competition level is extremely tough, and it's not like you go for a competition, you see maybe 10 or 12 teams. Look, can I ask you a question? Okay, when you have your cultural competitions here, how many teams are there in a competition? Anybody? How many teams are there in a singing competition when you have over here? Anybody? Give me a rough number. Huh? 10, right? When I was in college, basically that's, I finished college 10 years ago. So when I used to compete, we used to have 38 to 45 teams. And we used to compete from, say, 7 in the evening, and the competition used to get over by 6 a.m., 8:30 in the morning. And it was a very strenuous but fun kind of a process. So like I'm trying to remind you, is like the level of competition, what was happening, did really bring the best out of me through all of that. But it comes a point that, you know, too much competition doesn't actually make you flexible as an artist sometimes. I have also witnessed in some places, especially in some states like Kerala, they have a very high level of inter-school, district, state level competitions, whether it is any kind of art form, whether if it is even dramatics. But then what happens is, you have only practiced for that. You have only trained yourself for that. You haven't trained yourself loving the art form. You know, whether even if you study. Now here, what I'm talking about is passion. Passion is very, very important in whatever you do. You know, we all come to an institute like MITE over here to study. You come here either with two intentions. One is basically, you know, you want to get a good degree and you want to get a good job and you want to do well in life. But I hardly end up meeting a lot of people in my journey of life where, you know, everything is very busy, but even then from my observational skills, I've always noticed that, you know, people, there are very few people who are extremely passionate about the subject they are into. Like, even I'm an example of the pros and cons of the same topic over here right now. Like, I have been the victim of person who just studied because I wanted a degree, but then I wanted to do music. So how am I going to make it happen? You know, that's exactly where your passion comes into play. You need to question what you love the most, what you want to do, like, you know, till you die. And like how I told you earlier, you know, that's the one question that you need to ask yourself. What is it that you want to do till you die? But doesn't mean that after you listen to my speech right now, you change your mind and, oh, I never asked that question to myself. But definitely, you should ask that question to yourself and be sure of what you want to do for the rest of your life. I hope I'm not boring you guys. Am I boring you guys? Are you sure? Yeah? I hope I'm keeping it as interesting as possible. So I'll get you into some more drama, and that is my struggle. I finished my college and then I struggled for some time and tried getting work to sing in movies and do different types of recordings, and lots of composers just denied me. There were even times when people said, like, you know, if I go for a voice test into a studio, like, there were composers who said, like, have you listened to your voice? Like, which hero's face will your voice suit? He said this. And that actually never brought me down. That actually made me become even more stronger. It made me feel that, you know, I should do even better. I should let my work speak for itself and not my actions. I should not be someone who retaliates through any form of aggression but music. And that's exactly what I embraced all my life. And that journey took me to places, and it came to a point that I couldn't do any more music. I thought, okay, I'm going to give up. I'm going to take up a job, because from college, I studied in college, and during campus recruitment, I was given 4 different job offers. I went for all the job interviews. I never got any of the jobs. Actually, I got a few of them, and then I was like getting ready to, okay, let's do a corporate job right now. And then suddenly, my senior from college, he says, like, you know, I have a better job. It's to do with events, and also at the same time, you handle a very, very high profile, you know, a high profile job in terms of corporate social responsibility or the outreach program of the company. So it was a great experience for me, like working 2 years in a corporate job. And as soon as I joined the job, I'd still tell you the specific date, September 3rd, 2006, I joined the job. And September 6th, 2006, and 3 days later from joining the job, I got a call from Mr. Rahman. And from there onwards, there was no turning back. It was amazing, because it was one of the most relentless 2 years of really working hard and really, really learning the value of patience. Patience is everything, I must tell you. I started working with him and it was amazing. He really, really saw all the qualities in me as a musician, and he really helped me spread my wings and fly. And I'm really, really thankful to Mr. Rahman for giving me such an amazing career, putting me in front of wonderful people like you, getting to listen to those songs that I sing today. In fact, all the composers, all the composers who's given me music, because they've literally given me an amazing body of work. And I thank all of them for doing that to me. If not, I wouldn't be actually standing here and giving you a chat about my life at TEDx. It's just really, really beautiful. And moving on. You see a lot of miracles in your life, and you do wonderful music. You meet amazing people, and that makes your life so fulfilled. And you thank God every day. And that's exactly what my journey through music is just to stay grounded and do unbelievable things in life that makes you three things. That makes you unstoppable, unbreakable, and unforgettable. Thank you.